Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Indri Silviani from Faculty of Communication Science, Universitas Islam Bandung. I will presenting my paper on the International Conference on Communication, Management, and Humanities, ICOMA 6 2025. I will show my presentation. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Indri Silviani from Faculty of Communication Science, Universitas Islam Bandung, that will presenting my paper titled Communication Strategy on Internal Stakeholders Event Setting, Informing a Positive Corporate Image. By me as an author 1, Indri Silviani from Faculty of Communication Science, and author 2, Professor Dr. Neni Yulianita DRA MS. The first one, I will embark with my abstract. The purpose of the study is to analyze and discuss about the organizational communication strategy of the internal stakeholders in event setting, in the implementation of event setting network, and the implementation of the event setting process to forming a positive corporate image. Methodology that used in this research is a qualitative method to collect data and information with a case study approach that attempted to explore in detail the strategies followed by internal stakeholders. The constructivism paradigm also chose to describe the reality through in-depth interview with key informants, secondary informants, and supported informants as a part of internal stakeholders in event setting. Main finding of this study is indicate that organizational communication that implements collaboration as a work culture between units that shapes an event setting, network, and processes in the internal stakeholders event setting is able to form a positive image of the company. Collaborative work culture also supported by the existence of a vision and also image of the company that has been previously designed and implemented as a direction of view in every implementation of event that could be a positive image can be achieved effectively. The next one is the novelty of the study about the internal stakeholders of event setting plays an important role in forming a positive corporate image, which currently needs to consider an effective communication strategy in facing a competitive business world that utilizes every unit in the company to create collaborative events. Current phenomenon also shows that events are become one of the communication bridges between internal and external stakeholders. The introduction about this study is in today's era of tight business competition, companies are expected to be able to innovate and develop their business capabilities with efficient communication strategies, which is the event that become an image or the eyes of the public. Therefore, collaboration between units as stakeholders is also very important to achieve business capabilities, including in efforts to improve the reputation and visibility of a company in a competitive world. An event is also become an effective communication media as communication bridge between the sender, which is the event management or event setting team, to the receiver or audience in order to convey a message that has a specific purpose and objective from the company to its audience, which in this study is their vision, their pillars, and their work culture. The next one is methodology. The method used in this study is a qualitative method, which is expected to provide a comprehensive picture of the condition of internal stakeholders in event setting. This study also used a descriptive in nature to obtain a picture of the research object based on existing facts through in-depth interview, observation, literature study, and documentation to analyze the organizational communication strategy in event setting. The approach used is also explore the existing system at the company through case analysis that occurs in the formation of the stakeholders, especially internal stakeholders in event setting. The case also will be detailed in depth using data collection techniques that including in-depth interviews, observation, literature studies, and documentation. So this is the result finding of the research. The first one is about the organizational communication flow of internal stakeholder setting and forming a positive corporate image. This is the picture that shows that telecommunication company in this research used a collaborative communication strategy for event setting following the company's core value. This picture shows that the steering committee, as including senior manager and junior manager, can collaborate with project coordinator, also the floor director, and also cross communication with team BNC unit GS and team platform eLearn. This shows that project coordinator unit KMDT also can collaborate with another division, which is team BNC unit GS and team platform eLearn. This shows that the telecommunication company in this research is using a collaborative company's core value that align with their value. Coordination also happens between units based on direction from manager to staff. Events follow a clear process through planning, implementation, and evaluation, which is the steering committee, including the senior and junior manager, also have a policy to make a clear vision or make a clear planning, and then the implementation and evaluation process is running by the staff. Or maybe the evaluation also using by all of the stakeholders. The evaluation, which is happen in a weekly, is always reviewed by all of the stakeholders. The key people involved is ranging from senior manager, junior manager, even project coordinator, floor director from vStudio, and also BNC from Unit GS and team eLearn. The key point of this findings is about the cross-communication strategy helps support smooth event setting and builds a positive image of the company. The next of result and findings from this study is event setting network of internal stakeholders event setting informing a positive corporate image. In this implementation, internal stakeholders of event also has a communication network between diverse and mutually supportive internal stakeholders, which is manager, project coordinator, floor director, and BNC team, also eLearn team. This can be seen from the effective of work that is guided by collaborative values between the networks. So the networks in this internal stakeholders event setting is also able to achieve event success where the senior manager can coordinate with the project coordinator. And the project coordinator can coordinate with the floor director and also the communication team media. The following network shows that collaboration as part of company's work culture can be achieved if the units are aware of their respective position as a unit and as a group or as a colleague that supporting each other in achievement to achieve the success of event setting. The next result finding is about event setting process of internal stakeholders event setting. The first one, from the research finding, it can be seen that the first process is preparing the concept or concepting. This is the initial process by preparing a concept in the form of series event categorization, communicating details of research person or speaker according to the event them. And the next one is setup publication, which is the stage where internal stakeholders event setting, especially the media and communication team or BNC team, carry out the stages to compelling publication content. And the next one is setup event. This is the event preparation that is processed to carry out by all stakeholders of the event setting telecommunication company, starting with the request to create an event from the business units, which is need to be considered in which categories that event wanna be doing. And the next process is delivery event or event running. At this stage, the event is carried out by starting with an introduction from the MC and presenting by the moderator until the delivery of material from the speaker or resource person. And the next one is evaluation or PASCA event evaluation, which is the process of assessing the entire event from each process involving internal stakeholders to participate as a benchmark for the success of the event, and also looping or it's gonna be a process or benchmark for another or the next event on the next planning. So the discussion and analysis from the study is, although the hierarchy in the organizational structure has several levels, in the implementation of event setting, the hierarchy is still interrelated or linking in supporting the planning, implementation, and evaluation of the event. This means that senior manager cannot work alone in event setting. He needs a clear coordination flow to interpret his policies regarding an event to the staff below him, which includes the junior manager, the project coordinator, the studio, e-learn platform, and even publication staff. And also, it's obvious that this study not only shows the importance of coordination flows between stakeholders in terms of communication, but also proves that the effectiveness of event setting can be achieved with a collaborative work value and interrelated coordinating flows or a linking communication flow. The next one is the conclusion. Based on the results of the study on the communication strategy of internal stakeholders in event setting to forming a positive corporate image, several things can be concluded as follows. The first one, the organizational communication strategy of internal stakeholders in event setting and forming a positive corporate image is implemented a collaborative work culture in accordance with the telecommunication company's core value. The event setting network at the telecommunication company is also driven by a strong and collaborative internal stakeholders network where each unit, ranging from senior manager to publication teams, understand to support their roles each other, aligning with McCartney's theory that effective events require cohesive communication networks. The last one is the event setting process that telecommunication company follows as a structure and cyclical management flow from concept development to post-event evaluation that consistently implemented by the internal stakeholders to ensure that each event is systematically planned, executed, and refined to future purpose and future success event on the next event publication. So that is from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.